Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
So yeah, that was my reaction when I saw the knee injury that Chase Young suffered this past Sunday. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington football team video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here to talk about what should the Washington football team do now that they are down their 2 pass rushers. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, I watched the football team. Let's get straight into today's video. So if you have been under a rock, the Washington football team has suffered a major blow to their defense. As we already know, we were without Montez for the next month with a broken jaw, a fractured jaw. Now we are without our star-studded number 2 overall draft pick, defensive rookie of the year for the 2020 season, Chase Young, for the remainder of the 2021 season with a torn ACL. When I tell you, that just sucked the whole air out of the stadium, out of the game, out of my stream that I do. As you guys know, shameless plug here, I stream every single Washington football team game. So if you guys aren't in the streams, what are you doing? Come through this Sunday as we are facing the Carolina Panthers. It's never too late to join the party. Trust me, we have a ball. So again, it just sucked the air out of everything, man. Although we had the momentum and we were winning, it was just like, man, we won and we were winning, but we really lost. Because, I mean, immediately when he went down, you knew it was a knee. First of all, anytime it's a non-contact injury, you know it's something serious. And a lot of people that were at the game saying that you can hear him screaming, writhing in pain, and that just sucks. You know what I'm saying? It's always us. You go back to RG3, to Joe Theismann, even that's not even in FedEx Field, but that's back, you know, in RFK and stuff. But this franchise is just, you know, always finding a way to have their star players go down with major knee injuries and major injuries in general. Like I said, Joe Theismann, RG3, Alex Smith, and now Chase Young, and then countless other injuries too. It just sucks, man. Obviously, this injury isn't as severe as Chase Young's, but Curtis Samuel still not being able to stay healthy and being able to see the field. It just sucks, man, because it seems like it's just this dark cloud over this franchise, and we know what it is, but it's nothing we can do about it. But yeah, man. So like I said, it just was never the same, because throughout the whole stream, and you guys can ask the people that were there, and that's why it's important that you guys watch the game with me. You know what I'm saying? Again, another shameless plug. The energy just wasn't the same for about a quarter, and I mean, like, every time we tried to celebrate, we still had to remember we don't have Chase Young for the next you know, for the rest of this year and probably into next year, depending on how fast his body can recover. It just sucks, man, because again, this isn't just no regular, you know, guy. This isn't just no regular person that you can just find off of the street. This is Chase Young, number 2 overall pick, a guy that obviously hasn't had the season that we thought he was going to have, but was praying and hoping that he could have a strong finish to the season. And this is our cornerstone, our face of the franchise guy. You know what I'm saying? And he just goes down with a knee injury like that. And it sucked. You know what I'm saying? Again, it just sucked. But we had to wipe the memory bank clean because we had a game to finish that we ultimately won. And we have a season to go play because we're not out of this thing. I know we may say we are. A lot of us fans think the season is over. But as you look at the, you know, standings, and I don't want to talk about the P word yet. We got to win more games. But as you look at the standings, Washington is very much alive, along with about 10 other teams. But you get my point. You know what I'm saying? So we have to focus. We have to move on. I love Chase Young, got his jersey, PG County native just like me, but we have business to handle. You know what I'm saying? So that prompts me to this point of the video. Now that Washington is without their star-studded pass rushers, with Montez also being out, as we know, what should we do at defensive end? Should we ride with the young guys? Should we bring in some veterans? So I'm going to give you guys my answer, and we're going to also talk about a few veterans that I think Washington, you know, maybe could look at. But me personally, again, here's my answer. No, we shouldn't get any veterans, because I think, honestly, what we have at defensive end we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what we have out of these young guys. We saw Shaka Toney make a play this past Sunday versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that forced the incompletion on Tom Brady. I want to see what we got in William Bradley King. I want to see what we have in Shaka Toney. I want to see more of Casey Tuhill, who had a really solid day. I want to see Bumney Rotimi too. I want to see these guys. So me personally, no, I wouldn't bring in a veteran. I mean, it wouldn't help. I mean, it wouldn't hurt because, I mean, obviously the depth is getting a little thin, but we're getting Montez Sweat back at some point. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a month from now, maybe 3 weeks from now, he'll be back, ready to rock and roll. So we're getting Tez back at some point. So we're only going to have room for, one more guy. And we already have 4 young guys that we want to take a look at. If I'm Ron Rivera, maybe bring in a depth piece right now for depth, but at some point you're not going to be, wanting this guy and using this guy. So I feel like it's no point, because then when Tez gets back, you're basically just wasting a roster space, in my opinion, because again, we have all these young guys. I really want to see what we have out of Shaka Toney, and you could see it. I've been an advocate for Shaka Toney to get more playing time even before Chase Young went down. This is, out of all the guys that we have, he is the most I'm excited about. It's the reason why Micah Parsons was hyping him up. Now you could say that's his boy, and they both went to Penn State, so of course he's gonna hype him up. But I'm telling you, man, it's a reason, man. Shaka Toney he looks like an athletic freak, man, and you seen that play versus Tom Brady, and I'm telling you, man, this could be the start of something for Shaka Toney. James Smith-Williams, he's been okay. I'm not the biggest James Smith-Williams fan. I don't hate James Smith-Williams. I want him here as a depth piece, but I'm not the biggest James Smith-Williams guy. I wasn't the biggest Shaka Toney, or the biggest Casey Tuhill guy, rather. But I'm starting to like what I see from Casey Tuhill. The more and more that he plays, it feels like that's the more he's getting better. Is it just me, or are you guys feeling the same way too about Casey Tuhill? Again, when we first started to play Casey Tuhill, I was like, why is he in the game when we got Chase Young on the sideline? You know what I'm saying? And I still be having them thoughts too, because I mean, obviously he isn't Chase Young or Montez Sweat, but the more he plays, I'm like, I'm really starting to like what I get from Casey Tuhill. So again, I think our depth is, I wouldn't say fine, because of course we don't know what we really have. It's only been a game and a half from these boys. But I would rather roll the dice with my young guys than go out and get a veteran like Olivier Vernon and Vic Beasley and Ezekiel Ansah, who all these guys are pretty much past their prime. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Anderson. These guys aren't that good. You know what I'm saying? These guys are basically, like our young guys. Instead, they have some, I guess, veteran experience, and our young guys have potential. I will definitely take the potential over, veteran experience, because you're out of your prime. But let me know what you guys think about this and about today's video. Would you go out and get a veteran, or would you go and stay with what we have? Again, we don't know what we have, so I would much rather take the potential that we possibly have with Shaka Toney, William Bradley King, Bumney Rotimi, Casey Tuhill, all those guys. Again, William Bradley King, if I didn't forget to mention him, James Smith-Williams. I would rather much take the potential and see what we have with these young guys than go out and get a veteran. And besides, I don't know if Ron Rivera is in a mood to go get a veteran. I think this is what he wants. He wants to play these young guys. He wants to see what we have in these young guys. Reason why he got rid of Adrian Peterson last year for Antonio Gibson. A reason why he just threw Benjamin St. Juste out there. A reason why he decided to move on from Morgan Moses for Benjamin St. Juste, for Samuel Cosme. So he wants to see these young guys. So I think that's where he's going to go with this. He's going to go and try to see what he has of these young guys. Now, if these young guys stink it up and they don't provide nothing, then you may go get one guy, one veteran guy that you think could possibly do something that these young guys aren't doing. But you got to remember, you're getting Tez back at some point. So you got to keep that in mind. But I think I know what Ron Rivera is going to do. He's going to play these young guys, and that's what he should do. We don't need to waste our time getting any veteran. You know what I'm saying? We don't. We still have Duran, still have John. We still going to have that interior pressure by Matt Ioannidis and Tim Settle also. And I've been hearing some people about, talking about playing Duran and maybe Matt Ioannidis at defensive end. And, Jack Del Rio is going to have to scheme up some things now that he is missing his two star pass rushers. And this is where Jack Del Rio makes his his money. How good are you, Jack, at creating pressure? How good are you at scheming pressure now that you don't have your 2 started pass rushers? So we'll see, man. It's going to be a lot of fun to see what Jack Del Rio calls up. But again, I'm excited to see what we have in Shaka Toney, William Bradley King, and Bumney Rotimi, and you know, all these other guys that we have out there. So I'm excited, man, and we're gonna see what we have. It could ultimately be nothing, but again, I want to see. So yeah, man, let me know what you guys think about today's video. Are you on the fence of going out and getting a veteran, or are you on the side where you just want to roll with the young guys? As always, it's me, your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hell to the Washington football team. I'm out. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you popped.